Yeah, I'm outside. I'm sitting under the tamarind tree. As you see, the this tree name is tamarind. Okay. Most of the time,
Got
I
it.
come here and read, like in a few pages of this book, Spy the Lie. These days, I'm reading this
Okay.
book. Okay.
Got it.
And
Got it.
I bring a bottle, one mat also I have brought here. All stuffs I bring here, so I can spend easily like couple of hours. Okay.
Okay.
And when I talk about my home is very near. Okay, right there, 500 meters from here, so it is not pretty far away from my house.
Got it. Got it. I can understand the essence of the environment because you are sitting under the tree, under shade. So ultimately, it gives you that coolness and it prevents you from that hotness of the environment, of the atmosphere, right?
Yeah. So is it compulsory to wear a tie in your office?
Yeah, yes, actually, it is not the only tie. The shirt which I'm wearing, the attire which I'm like wearing, so it is uniform for our process of our process.
Okay.
So ultimately, we have to go live through video
Hmm.
wearing this attire.
Okay. Okay.
But the thing is that that is a specific costume or that is a specific uniform that makes us unique. True, like because we do have 13 floor, we do have 25 floor, but from our process officer only, they wear this attire. But if you go outside, so all are wearing casual, sorry, not casual, all are wearing formals.
Formal. Okay.
But when it comes to our process, so that's where it becomes mandatory for us to wear this costume.
So are you using right now your Wi-Fi, office Wi-Fi?
No, it is mobile data.
Mobile data. Okay. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
So how's your day turning up? How's your day unfolding?
My day,
Going on?
yes, on a daily basis, my day is going very usual or everything as I like everything that is fixed, that is gradual. I have to go after every task. I have to do every task within the time limit because I don't have any much thing to do right now because my day, my time is something that is not allowing me to do very much thing. I could do only two, three things, 8 to, sorry, 2 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. shift, then traveling, then hardly I take out 1 hour for this communication. So yes, my day looks like and my day is stuck in the cycle of this process, in the cycle of all those tasks.
Okay. So what is the first activity you do when you wake up? Will you freshen up, or do you go for washroom, or like take a bath?
Yes, as soon as I wake up, I make myself get up. So firstly, for 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour 50 minutes, that is fixed to make myself prepare to have breakfast and to take a bath.
Mhm.
So all these things are done within 1 hour 15 minutes. Then I left my home. Then I sorry leave my home. Then it take 2 hours from off home to office.
Mhm.
Then I spend more than 8 or 30 minutes over here. Then again it takes 2 hours. Then I go sorry. Then after reaching over here, so firstly I dedicate my 1 hour for my communication. So don't you feel that hotness from
No,
the atmosphere?
actually, right now it is very cool. Okay, it's not because last night it was raining. Okay, around 3 o'clock it was pouring down. Okay,
Okay,
yeah. So I think that was the reason little bit I finding and relief from the scorching hotness.
okay, got it.
So last night
But
it was raining.
usually I believe, when I go outside because I'm also doing traveling. So like as soon as I step out from my building, from my place,
Mhm.
and when I hit by that sunshine rays, so that's where I feel a scorching hotness.
Yeah.
And what I heard about and what I know that when it's raining after the first rain, so it becomes much hotness. It
I yeah,
become much more.
because I know I think if it is on and off rain, okay, so that could be the problem, okay, that could be the reason, you know, humidity is going to increase, or it could be
Mm,
like the temperature also is going to impact it on the temperature, okay, because it is on and off. For
mm,
example, today is going to rain and 5 days it will not rain, or in a 1 week it will not rain, so it will impact. Okay, I believe like in
mm,
our soil already kind of releasing, you know, the
mm,
like kind of heat waves, like temperature.
mm,
Because when you talk about
mm,
stones, okay, they already heat up, right? So that could be the
mm.
reason. But if it is going
Right.
to rain continuously, so I don't think so. It is going to have that kind of problem.
Got it.
Yes.
And you know what I was thinking specifically, I'm not sure in the yesterday in the night or morning in the night, I
Mm.
was thinking, why should we not go for any like while we are doing so, like our conversation should not be that much limited. We should go like despite of doing like instead of doing general conversation, we can go for
Any topic. Uh,
activity, role play
Absolutely.
activity, hypothetical situation.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
wherein we get more chance to explore more topic
Yeah.
because ultimately the thing is that when we become uh, you know habitual of general conversation, so the topic of related conversation becomes very familiar. But when
Mhm.
it's come to out of syllabus thing and it's come to the thing which is
Mhm.
not discussed, so that's where we start to feel lack of vocabulary, lack of expression.
Yeah, that's why I have like storytelling. I mean, I have pictures. Okay, I download pictures from the internet and I send to my students. Okay, and I make sure I make like 10 to 20 questions by using that picture, and I will ask like what someone is doing in the background, like what do you think, which country is it, right? Like different
Mhm.
question I like to make by using the pictures. The picture activities also I do. I have downloaded lots of
Right.
pictures. Yeah.
Did you see I put one picture and one message with a picture
Hmm.
in the English Mastermind group? Just like I have been noticing that specific activity like
The activities are very
few.
important because it will force us. Okay, it will trust us to break our comfort zone, right? So I think
Uh,
these activities are very crucial, especially you are beginners, right? So you're going to know how to make the questions, right? You are going to learn, how you're going to form the sentences. So like slowly you're
right.
going to push. Okay, but all stuffs are important, like in listening, making questions, or describing the scenarios, right? Like where I'm right now. Okay, like I could say, like I'm surrounded by the nature, there are lots of palm trees around me. Okay, some of my friends
Mm,
are working, okay, they're fixing the bikes. So you should know how to describe your surrounding, and it is very easy,
mm,
okay, if you are habitual with it.
right. So that is why I just today I gave a shot to it. I put out. I downloaded one picture from the internet
Mhm.
and that was related to some sort of emotion. So I started while I was traveling just few minutes ago when I was traveling from station to office. So I started to do writing practice. I started to do writing practice.
Mhm.
So I was using that picture and I put that picture in the group along
Mhm.
with its along with my view, along with my perspective,
Mhm.
what could I have written on that about that picture? So it seems very interesting. And while I was while I was writing, so that's where I got realization. Oh my God, I felt lack of content in my mind. I am not able to gather that scattered vocabulary or scattered emotion, which I exactly wanted to put that could express precise message from my mind. So
It
I
takes
thought,
time.
yes,
No, it takes
I
time.
have to do that thing on
It
a
takes
daily
time.
basis.
Like whenever we have any picture in front of us, okay, suddenly we are not going to prepare the topic or prepare the picture, right? No, the sentences we are not able to form because of you know we require practice. Okay, we require also like a short text about that picture, right? So you're going to
Mm,
remember those scripts, or at least if you go to that text for like one or twice time, right? Twice, so it will
Mhm.
help you to remember the vocabulary words, the sentences, okay? And after that you will, imagination will also going to increase. So it is all about, like, you have a question, and at the same time you're going to have the answer, okay, and you know the answer, and next day you're going to
Right.
prepare for the same thing.
There are lots of activity or there are lots of strategy out there. Or
Mhm.
like the thing is that yes, I have experience like we used to do when I was in my coaching classes. So that's where I used to do uh, role play activity, chain story activity, and with co-learner a lots of time we used to do table topic activity. In by doing like especially when if I talk about that table topic activity, so what we usually do used to do that specific topic would be introduced within a minute, or you have to speak on that topic for bare minimum 1 minute 30 seconds without giving a second thought. So that is where it becomes so challenging, and it is not only expanding the communication, the skill of your communication, but also it is also impacting the way of thinking. How do you generate your idea or how do you generate your thought
How do you
when
generate
all
it?
of a sudden any specific topic
Mhm.
come to come in front of you?
Yeah. And it is also good, that dive into different activities, like, reading, listening, okay? Because most of the time what happen, like, even the people, for example, I don't want to give you bad example of yours, okay, but if you are not habitual of reading, what will happen, you're missing so many things, like the way other people thinks and write down the sentences, right? Okay, so sometimes you are not able to grab their mindset, as well as, it is a different types of writing skills you're going to notice from them, okay? Different vocabulary words. And I have seen that if you are a good reader, so you know how to describe the scenes, okay, quite effortlessly,
Mm,
because you have broad vocabulary words, right? You have built up good vocabulary words with you, and the
right,
way
right,
you're going to
right.
talk, the way you're going to talk to others, they're going to recognize that you are a well educated person, okay? You're not like other
Mm,
speaker. You're well educated, because the choice of vocabulary words going to be different. Your, um, ability to create a sentences, forming sentence also going to increase a lot, okay? So grammar also, especially most of the times we are not that much aware of the grammar, right? But when you are becoming a good reader, grammar structures, also going to be very, strengthened. You're going to get better. So there are so many advantages. So what what
right,
what do I
ultimately.
feel about it, at least 5 pages, I'm not talking about like 20, 30. At least 20 minutes each and every day,
Mm,
it will help you a lot.
definitely, I got realization that each and every aspect of this pillar of this
Mhm.
language
Mhm.
is very important.
Yeah, it's
We
very
think
important.
only that the more we speak, the more we become confident. Definitely,
Mhm.
and that definitely speaking part brings confidence. But when it comes to accuracy, but when it comes to sentence formation, when it comes to structure the thought of your mind, so
Mhm.
ultimately all parts are very important. Are all aspect pillars are equally important.
Yeah.
We cannot say only speaking part works, only listening part works,
Speaking,
only
I mean,
reading or writing
yeah,
part works.
if you're doing
So I
something,
got
right?
a
Yeah,
realization.
yeah. Because we don't have to get embarrassed in front of someone, okay? Like in my schooling time, okay, I was very pretty bad at writing in English, okay? So sometimes I got embarrassed. I got embarrassed sometimes.
Mm,
So after that, I decided, no, no, I have to work on my writing as well. Okay. So it is
mm,
kind of in a process. You're going to do mistakes. People,
mm,
you're going to get embarrassed yourself, and slowly, you're going to
mm.
get better at that thing, because you're putting deliberate effort. Yes or no?
Right. Like I would like to share like while doing a specific practice, while following or while following a specific strategy of the English pillar.
Mhm.
So what sort of challenges I face or what sort of adversity I encounter. So when it's come to speaking, so definitely speaking is something which can build your confidence and which can put you in a condition and how do you behave, how do you react in one-on-one conversation, be it with your partner, be it with your relationship with anyone. But when it's come to reading, so ultimately how does it help me When I read, so it expand the vocabulary, expand it add the value in my vocabulary. It make my vocabulary rich.
Mhm.
And when I write, so that's where I feel lack of content in my mind. I feel that I don't have any specific or you know organized structure in my mind of story. If any, because most of the time the conversation does not like is not planned. What is going to be asked, what is going to be happen. So
Mhm.
ultimately, when we write, so that's where we get more oriented, uh, sorry, organized oriented structure, and we teach our mind how to
I mean,
thought, how
we
to
have to push
produce
ourselves. Like
things.
like tomorrow, I will send you one some pictures. Okay. I have picture right now also, but I can't send you right now on video call. Offline call I can send you. Okay. So those pictures are like a pretty easy. Means the picture going to show particular activities they're doing. Like you're going to see a couple of people in the picture. They're doing other activities like they're working in the kitchens. Okay. So we have to make some questions of it, like what the young girl is doing. Okay. So probably she's washing her hands, like washing the dishes. Okay, or doing other activities. So, small things, but it will help us to form the sentences.
Right.
Okay, can we switch back on audio call?